Getting girly, we are learning how to put together tablescapes. It is the season for hosting, and if you want to learn how to put together the perfect table arrangements to impress your guests, then this is the video for you. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, Love Marbie, where we talk about all things home, heart and hosting. It is bright, sunny and autumnal here in London, and today I wanted to walk you through some tips on tablescaping for autumn or fall tablescapes. You know I love a good floral, you know I love a tablescape. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of options and what I would typically use to assemble these. And yeah, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling excited. Let's see how it turns out. For anyone who's asked, when you've seen me wear this before, this top is from Wardrobe Warehouse HQ. I love it, it's feminine, it feels really flirty when I put it on, and I just love how I feel in it. So y'all gonna be seeing me wearing it a lot of times, this one and the green one. But yeah, let's get on with it. Thought I should show you kind of what it looks like. But yeah, it like cinches in here at the waist. This is my jeans, and it's just dramatic, and the sleeves are just cute, cute, cute. So let me show you some of the flowers we'll be working with. As usual, you know we love a good hydrangea. We don't let her go. This is a nice burgundy-ish hydrangea, but as usual, I love the fact that it's got these bits of color that run through it, so it's not just one-dimensional. And I have the same approach when it comes to floral arrangements in general. When I'm mixing and matching stuff, I'm thinking of what complements each other, as opposed to just having one monotonous kind of vibe going on. Love these. Also have some magnolia leaves. I finally managed to secure some, which is so exciting. Okay, they're dropping everywhere. Sorry. Yeah, I'm super excited that I was able to get some of these. Absolutely love them and love tablescaping and decorating with them. And I also love having them around for Christmas. I can't wait for us to start doing Christmas content. If there's anything in particular you guys want to see, oh my God, someone said to me the other day that Christmas is truly my true love, because I just light up when I start talking about it. And I just realized I literally do light up when I start talking about Christmas. I'm so excited, but I love the colors. I love how autumnal it feels, and it kind of even has the same colors as this piece that I have behind me. I just changed this arrangement out today. Just the usual vase that I have on the island. I don't know what these are called. Yeah, I did ask the man at the flower market. I forgot, sorry. But they pretty. And I love how autumnal they look already. But these are great for tablescaping, for that autumnal vibe, or even in your entryway, just in a vessel. Beautiful. And then, if we weren't excited enough about Christmas coming already, sorry about the sirens. Sorry. If we weren't excited enough about Christmas coming already, these are some fern leaves, I believe. I love the way they smell. I love adding these into my Christmas tree. We're gonna get into that. But I love adding a bit of real foliage into my faux Christmas tree, just to give it a bit of life. And it's just magical. But I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna play with these. I love the different colors in it already. It's got that green, but then it's got like tinges of yellow in there. So good. One of my favorite flowers as of this year, anthurium, actually last year, when I held my event tables and tails, and I did these arrangements that were kind of like an ombre effect. I tried these out for the first time and I was like, oh, I actually really like them. I don't know why I kind of ventured away from them before. This is not the color they came in. They were like a bright red initially, and I spray painted them with florist spray paint because I couldn't find the color that I wanted, and I was like, I need the color that I want, so I'm gonna spray paint it, so I did. And yeah, this is what we've got, this is what we're working with. And it's just dreamy, gorgeous. Is my phone ringing? I don't even know. But it's dreamy, gorgeous, absolutely love it. We're gonna get into tablescaping. Wow, the sirens. We're gonna have to do a voiceover because the police really, they trying to get somewhere. Or maybe it's an ambulance, but either way. Whew, okay, so it is voiceover Michelle here, and the first thing I'm going to remind you of is, if you haven't heard me say it before, then you need to get into having flowers in your space. They make such a difference to your mental health. They don't need to cost an arm and a leg. You can literally grab them from your local supermarket, your grocery store, and they just make you feel so much better every single day when you see them. And I absolutely love using them for tablescapes. The thing I'm doing here is just treating the flowers before I arrange them. So I was taking the leaves off the stems, because if you leave them on, when they sit it in water, bacteria will kind of grow around it, and the flowers won't last you as long. Now, can you see the Pyrex dish that I was using? For those of you who don't know what Pyrex dish is, I think it's essentially a dish that you can kind of put in the microwave or in the oven. I had to use that as a supplementary vase because I forgot to purchase the second vase that I needed. But this is just to show and to remind you that you don't always have to have all the perfect tools on hand, and you can kind of just pivot and make do with what you have. So I absolutely love that. And then I made a sellotape grid, which is what you saw me doing. This just allows you to have structure, and usually the leaves cover the color of the tape, but you can use clear sellotape if you want to make sure it's as invisible as possible. So here I'm arranging magnolia leaves in the vases. This is one of my favorite arrangements I think I've done this year. I absolutely love this. I love how affordable it is. I think the magnolia leaves were like £4.50 a bunch, and there's quite a few in each bunch. I think I got 2 bunches, and I also added some fern leaves, and I absolutely love how that turned out. I think it's such a simple arrangement that you can use for any kind of gathering, but especially for the holiday season. Now we're going to get into the arrangement that I'm doing for the second tablescape. Sorry about the lighting just kind of going up and down across the video, but I just had to make do with what I had, and the sun was just playing hide and seek, and it was nighttime by now. But I'm arranging the second set of arrangements for the other tablescape, which is red hydrangeas. I wanted a tablescape that was really dramatic, and you'll see how that turned out in the end. But literally all I've done is cut them at an angle and inserted 3 each in the bigger vases, the bigger urns, and then 2 hydrangeas in the smaller ones. I love using hydrangeas for tablescapes because it doesn't feel like you need too many of them to make an impact. If I used roses, I would have needed a whole lot more than that to get this full effect. And then I've gone in with the anthuriums, and the trick here is to just play about with it and see what you like visually. I know for some people there are strict rules, but I just like to explore and see what I end up with. Hey party people, happy Sunday. We are back again because the light was getting way too dark yesterday. And like I said, I am more of a natural light girly. It is Sunday before church, so I'm going to film as many of these as I can just to show you what some autumnal tablescapes look like. You saw me doing the flower arrangements yesterday, so let's walk through putting those tablescapes together. I'm going to show you what the flower arrangements look like in the natural light. So I really love this red situation going on here. It's red hydrangeas with some red anthuriums that I spray painted like I mentioned yesterday. And I love how rich and deep this is, especially in these glass urns. And then this, which is probably one of my favorite things I've done in a while. It's magnolia leaves with fern in between, and I think this is perfect for Thanksgiving, for any autumn tablescapes, and even for Christmas if you don't want overly Christmassy decorations as your centerpiece. Absolutely adore the way this looks. Voiceover Michelle here again. Honestly, I could gush over this centerpiece forever. I just think it's stunning and so simple to put together. Literally fern leaves and magnolia leaves, and I think you simply just need a short vase, or even a long rectangular vase could work well for this. I've gone for 2 arrangements because they are quite full. If you had a round table, you could literally just do one of these in the middle and that's it. Maybe some pillar candles around it. I've gone for tapered candles, and I'm using these candlesticks, which are gold. I believe they're from Amazon, and they are varying heights. And typically I like to work in odd numbers with whatever the final result is on the table, because I think things just typically look nicer in odd numbers on a tablescape. I don't know why. But here I've actually ended up with even numbers because I have 6 candlesticks and 2 floral arrangements. Now, I just wanted to kind of place them in the middle, and I had to move things around just to see which combinations I was happy with, because they are all different heights. Now, I've got these caramel or amber candles that I have from H&M. I think they're beautiful. I initially was going to stick with just this color. I got 4 candles, but I have 6 candlesticks. So then I decided to add some other candles that are kind of similar on the very ends. I tried to keep everything uniformed in the middle and then have the lighter, slightly lighter candles on the ends. But then eventually I was like, no, I have some green candles from H&M that I think are gorgeous, and it literally reflects the floral arrangements in the middle, which is a great tip when it comes to picking candles for your tablescapes. If you allow it to reflect the color of either your plates, your charger plates, your dinner plates, all the floral arrangements, it works really well. And I absolutely love this. I alternated the colors, so green, then amber, then green, then amber, so on and so forth, apart from on the very end on the other side, because I wanted it to be parallel, so green on the very end. Sorry about the phone, I was filming for Instagram as well. And then I've gone in with these charger plates. Now, I am not averse to mixing metals. These are iridescent charger plates, but they do have a silver rim, and I don't even know if you can see that, but I really don't mind. I think if it's not glaringly obvious, you can get away with it. And even if it is glaringly obvious, sometimes it adds a bit of depth to the table. I've gone in with some white plates that I have from Poundland, or I guess the equivalent would be the dollar store. These I just love having on hand, especially when I'm hosting buffet style. In case they get broken, I would not fret, because they literally cost me £1 each. And the trick, like I said before, is to make sure they are not stark white. Then I've gone in with the starter plates as these black and white plates with a gold rim from H&M Home. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. And I love that the center of the plate is white. I've said this before, I believe food looks amazing on white plates. And if it's not entirely white, I do have other colored plates, but if it's not entirely white, ideally I would like it to be white in the center. But that's just a personal preference. I do have blue plates or teal plates, other plates that are not completely white. So it's not a rule that I stick by, for life, but personal preference. But I love the way it looks already. I think this just looks wholesome. I don't know, there's just something about it that just makes me feel so good. Maybe it's the greenery, maybe it's because the ferns remind me of Christmas, and we know that Christmas is one of my true loves. I've gone in with some cutlery that I have from Amazon. This is gold cutlery. If you've heard me say this before, I do not typically lean towards gold cutlery. I prefer silver, but I just thought it would pair nicely with the warm tones of the floral arrangements, the magnolia leaves, and then also the candlesticks and the candles that I'm using. And then I've gone in with simple glassware, 2 wine glasses and a tumbler that would be used for water, ideally. In an ideal world, I would have 2 different sizes for the wine glasses. I do actually have some, but primarily I just prefer to use these. But overall, I absolutely love the way this tablescape has turned out. I think this is perfect for Thanksgiving. I think it's perfect for Christmas tablescapes. If you're hosting maybe family style, just maybe use 1 arrangement. Actually, I would use 2 arrangements and just take out the middle candles and have room for plates and serving dishes. But there's ways to work around these. You could swap out the tapered candles for pillar candles in clear vases if that's cheaper or easier for you to find. But I love the way it looks. I love the black and white against the colors of the magnolia leaves. Absolutely gorgeous. I think it's stunning. If you can't get access to magnolia leaves, you could also use green hydrangeas for this kind of arrangement. I don't know what I would substitute for the brown leaves, but honestly, sometimes there's just great foliage in the flower market. But I absolutely love the way this turned out. I know some people have a preference for placemats, so you can use that instead. And I think you can also use a table runner for this, maybe a sage green or a moss green table runner. And also you could actually just lay a bunch of fern leaves as an alternative runner down the middle. But you can switch things up as you please. Now, onto the next tablescape, which I think is perfect for a winter dinner, Christmas dinner, if you wanted to take things really luxe and dramatic. I just feel like, since burgundy and brown, chocolate brown, are the colors of this winter season when it comes to fashion, I wanted to reflect that on the tablescape, and I absolutely love the way it came out. I gave my table a good wipe down, and then I'm just showing you what the arrangement looks like again in the daylight, and it's just stunning. And I love the little shades of green that are poking through. Honestly, I feel like it allows it not to look one-dimensional, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I placed 2 of these down. I have 4 arrangements in total, but honestly, this tablescape could work with just 2. However, I knew I wanted a really dramatic and full tablescape. Now, I'm going in with these cylinder vases. I don't remember where I got these from specifically, but I know you can get a bunch from IKEA, Flower Market, Amazon. And I'm going in and I'm placing them in the middle. Ideally, what I like to do is place them where I know it won't block anyone's view. So kind of where there's a space in between, if I can make that happen. But if not, it's fine because it's glass, so it doesn't obstruct people's views too much. Now I'm going in with candlesticks. If you just saw what I did, I used a mini candlestick and put it inside the vase because I want the vase to hold a candle inside it. And this is what it looks like with just the candlesticks. I love that tapered glass candle stick, the candle holder that I've got on the table as well. I think it's super stunning. I got those recently and I've used 2 again because I was trying to stick with my whole odd numbers thing for the foundation, what I would call the foundation of the tablescape. Then I'm going in with candles. First candle you saw was a candle that I've burned previously, which is what I'm putting in to the cylinder vases. I couldn't use one that's the normal height of a full unused candle because it would just be too tall. It would poke over the vase. And I don't throw away candles that I've burned and I haven't burned all the way down. For cases like this, it comes in handy. And then I'm going in with the tall tapered candles. I love a chocolate brown candle. Some of them are more burgundy chocolate brown and some of them are just a simple chocolate brown because I actually spray painted some of them because I couldn't get the exact shade that I wanted in the candles and I just wasn't about to put off filming anymore. So I spray painted them brown. But I do actually love the kind of tonal effect that it gives. Everything is not the exact same color, but it still looks gorgeous because I feel like it reflects the hydrangeas well. If you look at the hydrangeas, it's not all like a full burgundy. There's shades that feel a bit more brown in there, shades that feel like a deep red. And I just love the variety. I love the dimension. And again, you saw me go in and add a few more small candlesticks down the very middle of the tablescape, like in between the gaps, because we want something really dramatic here. And you want to add as much texture as possible, right? So now what you're seeing me do is kind of light a flame underneath the candles. If you find that they don't stand up properly or they're a bit wobbly, you can do this. I know there's alternatives. I think sometimes, I don't know if it's blue tack or something else that people use, but this has just always been my solution. I just allow the wax to kind of soften or melt a bit and it allows it to stand up properly. And sometimes it can be a bit annoying to try and clean up the candlesticks after you've done that, like after the dinner party is done. But I believe hot water typically will help to get that out. If anyone has any tips, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm going in with the charger plates and I've stuck with my LSA charger plates again. They are slightly iridescent, so they're not white, but it works. And I'm going in with these plates from Anthropology, which I think are stunning. They have a bow detail on them, which is not my usual go-to. But again, there's something about these autumnal colors against a black and white detail. I don't know. So I tried to compare and see what my pearl white plates from Layered Lounge would look like with the arrangement. And I just decided, let's stick with the black and white plates. And I just think it looks stunning. Very dramatic. If you want to simplify it, simplify something like this, you can. You can go for gold accents instead of silver like I've done. You know, you can use a gold charger plate, but I just love how elegant this looks. I've gone in with these lamps again. More is more. We're going for fully dramatic, fully textured and fully layered. And I think sometimes when you're trying to get a really elegant and dramatic tablescape, what's missing is the texture. You need to add as much texture as possible by adding more than you probably naturally would. So these tea light holders, I got them from AliExpress and usually I would use LED candles in them. But I didn't have those. I just used my normal candles. And I love the way everything came out. Honestly, this is just perfection to me. Like, I absolutely love how rich and layered the tablescape is. It feels really glamorous. It feels bold. And the texture and the variation with your eye line, like everything not being at the same line. Absolutely love it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what your preference is. And if you're hosting, what feels more like your vibe? Something like the magnolia leaves arrangement that feels a bit more relaxed, or something like the burgundy that feels very dramatic. And if you want to see any more tips or have any topic suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Bye.